Cheers. I hope we're all doing very well. Welcome back as always to another video. We're now into the 6 week out marker, somewhere in that kind of range. We're around 6.8 weeks out, or what anybody wants to call it. I'm coming off the back of what's most definitely been my hardest week of prep yet. We've seen a new low on the scales that I'm not really diving too deep into the scale side of things, because I want to be able to give you guys an insight into how I'm approaching prep this year, where my mindset's at, what I'm doing, how I'm training and things like that. At the end of the day, me and the professional leagues now, it's a whole lot different depending whether you have like a specific weight cap that you're trying to meet. For me, I'm just going to be where I'm going to fall. Ultimately, I think I potentially might fall into the heavyweights, which means I'm going to be in with the big boys regardless. But for the DFAC Grand Prix anyway, it's just open. So there's no weight caps. The judges do not give a single fuck what I weigh, how I trained, what supplements I took, whatever I done. They just care what I look like on the day. So that is why I'm not really going too deep into things like the weight side of things and where I'm at. However, we hit a new low, which my body most definitely felt. I felt it was quite the hard week, especially going off the back of a rest day as well. One of my rest days last week, it killed. Like, it literally, it was so hard. And my food's not even that low. Like, genuinely, my food's not even that low. However, it hit hard. But we had a really good week's worth of training, which I'm more than happy with. Another week's been boxed off of prep. Once again, guys, you join me at meal number 1, which is going to be, of course, a big old fat plate of pancakes. One thing that has actually changed within that meal as well is the protein that I'm using. So I've actually run out of coconut, which we are now using the sticky toffee pudding flavour AGF. Me and Sarah were pretty skeptical about it because we got so used to the coconut marshmallow, but it genuinely is actually still really fucking nice. Just been out for some steps as well. I can't get over the power behind steps in a fat loss phase. They literally are my only go-to of output, aside from 10 minutes of cardio post-training on upper body days only. So I have legs today, I have no cardio to do, which is amazing. But the power of steps, genuinely guys, never underestimate the power of steps, because I literally go out for a 20-minute walk and that's my steps. I accumulate up steps over the course of each and every single day, as you guys would expect anyway. However, from a perspective of how we can actually get our body to respond, you don't need to be doing hours and hours and hours of cardio. You don't need to be doing hours on the Stairmaster. You don't need to be doing 20,000 steps per day. If you can nail your diet and you can actually have your body in a position where it's super responsive and you can give it time, like obviously I have been dieting now for 21 weeks, I think 22 weeks maybe, but at the same time I've not had to kill myself doing cardio. I've been able to prioritize my actual performance in the gym, which is why I'm still a couple of weeks out and deadlifting over 300 kilograms, which to be fair probably shouldn't be the way that it is, but it is what it is. So I've been out and got my steps, but like I say guys, if you are jumping straight into a fat loss phase or a competition prep especially, that you should be giving yourself more time. Do not underestimate steps, because they are super important. But aside from that, no more waffling on. I need to get them pancakes into me. I have also got my food prepped for today as well. White potato in here for post legs. We also have sweet potato in here, which is just about to go on. So that will be literally today's sweet potato made. Today's carbohydrates are pretty much all out of the way now. Obviously oats first thing, but that is going to be that. The channel is doing pretty alright right now, so if we can keep that momentum up, that will be awesome guys. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new about here, and let's get on with this day. If you've got potato on your diet and you are air frying it but you're not part boiling it first, that is probably why it's not coming out nice and it's not actually coming out cooked all together and like chips. So top tip guys, if you are having potato, whether that be sweet potato or white potato, give it 5 minutes, part boil it first and then put it in the air fryer. What do you want to say at the YouTube video then?
Morning everyone.
Since you just came piling into the living room and was like, can I say hi to the YouTube video? What have you got to say? Don't walk away. Don't walk away. Come on, provide some value to this video quick. You've got 20 seconds. Go.
Okay, 20 seconds.
And it must be valuable.
Must be valuable.
You've got 12 seconds.
Eat your protein and eat your carbs
Eat
and
your-
eat your fats too. I don't know. Eat your protein. That's good. And
You're-
drink water. Drink
You're
your
the
water.
worst person on the planet.
Drink your water.
If you are wondering, no, we do not own a kitchen table. Our house is just not big enough, unfortunately, hence why you'll probably see me eating the majority of my meals, and specifically these pancakes, kicked back here on the sofa. You'll notice I am drinking this and not drinking a Monster. The reason behind this is I'm not on a caffeine detox or deload or anything like that. It's just been a case of I've realised that I think I got into the headspace of thinking that I needed Monster when I absolutely didn't need it, and it got so routined in my day where I would literally have meal number one and a Monster every single day, and I kind of just got so used to it that I was like, do you know something? I absolutely don't need this. And then I went a few days without it and I was like, right, okay, that's kind of proof in the pudding that I don't need it. Maybe that could have been the cause, because to be honest with you, it has only been a couple of weeks. However, maybe that's been the cause that I've had obviously less caffeine. I might have found last week that bit harder because obviously energy levels are going to be that bit lower. But to be honest with you, every single morning I've been like, right, I'm going to go and have a Monster. I'm going to have that, because I've actually also been having stem-free pre-workout, so I've not been having full defib all the time. I've been taking in a good bit more water. Not that that really changes much, because I've never been bad for taking in water. However, it's one of them things to just think about, guys, because I know that it can be very easy to become emotionally attached to things like Monsters and energy drinks and fizzy drinks and things like that. Definitely just give it a think. Do you need to be taking in as much caffeine as what you do? Do you need to be taking in as much energy drinks as what you do? Again, it's an arguable thing. Like, it's not a bad thing. Caffeine's not going to kill you. Taking in a Monster a day is not going to kill you, but it's definitely just one of them things that I think I just got so attached to and I just got so used to that it kind of got me thinking and worrying, if I take it out, is anything going to change? And I've took it out and I even think my conditions got better. I've became sharper, I've became harder. I've never been this lean before, like genuinely, I've never been this hard, this granite before, especially not 7 weeks out. So with that being said, again, one of them things, we're taking in a little bit more water. And as simple as this is exactly what I do every single day. No matter how many meals I'm having, I'll weigh everything out raw to begin with for the full day. And then once it's cooked, I will re-weigh it, divide it by how many meals I'm going to be having for that given day, separate it out, and then boom, your meals are ready. Meal 2, chicken, sweet potato. So as you've seen here, obviously everything's prepped for today. 3 sweet potato meals in there, which pretty much has the exact same amount in every single meal. More water going in as well. Surprisingly, doesn't look like much, guys, but trust me when I say this, the second that you start slamming back these bottles, they go back very easily. I take in anywhere from 6 to 8 litres of water per day, very easy. That obviously goes from first thing in the morning. That includes my intra as well, which I like to take in at least anywhere between 1.5 to 2 litres of water in my intra workout, but it does gather up. So chicken, sweet potato, pre-workout. How could I possibly forget? Himalayan pink salt, 3 to 4 grinds on every single meal. This has been the same the whole way throughout prep. Not that it overly matters too much, guys, but another fever will be going in pre-workout. So as you guys know, that is my natural, what I'm going to say, very strong fat burner. And we also have 6 Ride-On, which, as you know, is my pump formula. This is going to be going along with Train Smart and Hydro EAA for my intra amino acid. In for legs, we're going to keep this one a quick one because I never actually got that much footage, and to be fair, the footage that I did get, I don't just want you guys sitting through silly amounts of minutes worth of sets. But we begin every single lower body session with adductors. I also superset this with the brand new standing abductor machine, which I find really nice just to be able to activate the glutes more than anything else. It makes me feel a lot more supported when I'm moving on to everything else, knowing that everything else is fired up. Line leg curl, back onto the flex line leg curl here, second to hamstrings. Again, I get on really well with this one, so I pretty much run this for 3 full sets. I just send them all out. I go all out on all of my sets, no matter where I am, no matter how I'm feeling. The only thing that will really change will be the weights, so that'll be going off by how I'm feeling. However, it felt very nice. As we can see here, following the first initial set of leg extensions, I was pretty full. But the prime leg extension for the first time, and I'm going to say a long time, felt incredible. No knee pain. I was able to actually take it relatively heavy, which for some people is not a lot. However, I was able to take a couple of pins off of the full stack and actually stay very locked in, pain-free, and it felt incredible. And honestly, there's something just different about a leg extension feeling on. And when it feels on for me, I add in as much work as I possibly can, because I know that it's not always going to feel like that. However, pain-free, felt incredible. My quads were fully blown after it. And again, I'd done 3 working sets here, just purely down to the fact of how well they felt. Now, Smith machine squats next. This was my working set last week, so I thought, you know something, I'm going to warm up on that this week. 4 plates, warm up, 4.5 plates for my work. As you can see, a little bit cropped here, but this was because this was filmed for Instagram and not actually purposely just for YouTube. But 4.5 plates for 6 after the second initial rep there, or the first rep I should say. I got more locked in. I felt a lot more comfortable. It always takes that kind of first rep, I feel, and I kind of just, I get into my groove. Obviously, I monitor my footing and make sure that I am feeling super locked in. I should really put chalk or something like that down where my toes are, just to be able to know exactly where I put my feet. However, this 4.5 plates for this set here genuinely felt better as the set went on, which I was very happy with. So I left it a nice set of 6. I'll look to add at least maybe a rep or 2 onto that next session before even entering any sort of sight of more weight. From here, 3 plates and a 1.25. The goal here is 1 rep and a half. So 1 full rep, then a half rep, and straight into a full rep. So again, it's just constant, no lockouts. I'm looking for as much as I possibly can before I have to then break the set up. Once I feel like I'm going to break the set up, I'll simply just leave it at maybe 1 last rep and then leave it there and look to be able to progress at the next session. Just purely down to the fact of I don't want to end up just doing a solid long ass broken up set, especially on something like this where you're fully locked in and there's no getting out, because it becomes a pain in the wrists, and it's just not the nicest feeling on the planet, and the feel and mind connection goes away from your quads and just focuses on everything else. But it was a progress on last week, which is all that matters. Same on here, 2 sets. Again, my focus is on tempo control, the quality of each and every single rep. No lockouts, so I'm trying to just keep that soft knee for as long as I possibly can. The second that I feel as if I'm going to have to start breaking up the set every single rep, what I've decided to do, especially this lean, this deep into prep, this close to the show, is simply just stop there and add in another set, which is why I'm doing 2 all-out working sets. Again, progressively going up the way, so I'll do a lighter set, then a heavier set. Then we move on from here, front foot elevated Bulgarians, which I've just actually recently incorporated in. Absolute killers, but again, feel incredible, which I'm really happy with. So either rotating these with not front foot elevated, or even walking barbell or dumbbell lunges for that matter as well. I like both of them, but I just feel as if trying to do both writes me off. Finished on some calves, very happy with this one, but at the same time, it was so fucking challenging, both mentally and physically in this one. Feel as if this is becoming like a prep thing where I get out to the car and I just feel as if I've got so much to say. Like, I genuinely just feel as if I've got so much to say. But that was by far, I'm going to say, the hardest session of prep yet. Like, legs have very much been becoming an extreme challenge. The past 2 to 3 weeks anyway, they've just became harder and harder and harder. I don't know what it is, like, especially the beginning. I'm fine once I get into it. Once I get, like, leg extensions out of the way and then I move on to something like a squat pattern or a leg press pattern, I'm actually alright, until that then writes me off. However, I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of struggling to get into it. I think maybe because I know what's coming up, but at the same time, that was by far one of the most challenging sessions that I have boxed off yet. And to be fair, I'm just glad it's done. Like, I'm genuinely just glad it's done. But when I put it into perspective, and this is when it kind of starts feeling a little bit crazy and real again. Like, I always go through these like mixed emotions whenever I'm on prep. However, it's starting to feel a lot more real, saying that I've pretty much now only got like 4 or 5 leg sessions left until I'm on stage for the first time this season, which that in itself is probably the thing that's keeping me going the most. That's what's helping me continue to go full send, to train my hardest, to give everything I've got on the gym floor, especially on legs. Don't get me wrong, most of my sessions now are starting to become harder and harder and harder, which, to be fair, is what it is. It's not something that is going to be the end of prep. It's not something that's just going to cause me not to prep. However, it's just something that I can start to notice more than anything else, and legs are becoming that burden of a session that's just, it's just hard, man. It's just really, really, really hard. But it was, as hard as it was very successful, and I'm very happy with that. Like, I'm genuinely very happy with that session today. I mean, 4.5 plates on the Smith squat for the second time doing it in, I'm going to say, a good couple of years now, and this deep in prep. Then my back off set, which was 3 plates and a 1.25. You can't really see the 1.25, unfortunately, but there was a 1.25 on there. I then done 2 sets leg press. So to be fair, I'm still keeping up the quality of all of my volume, which again is a very, very, very important part for me. And at the same time, as much as it's becoming hard, I'm still really enjoying it, which is the main thing. Like I say, guys, training's absolutely everything to me, but I'm wrecked now. I need my rapid recovery. I'm going home for it immediately. Then it'll be time for some white potato, and that's almost going to be me for the day, because I'm written off.
Oh.
Rapid recovery has went in. I now have a little bit of work to do right here, which kind of is what my usual routine is. So what I do is, post session, I'll come home, get my rapid recovery in straight away, and then within that kind of 30 to 40 minute period, it's quite nice because I don't know what it is, but time just seems to go pretty quick. I feel super focused, and I do blast out a bit of work following my session, and then around obviously 40 minutes later, you guys know that's exactly when I have my post workout meal. Now, I wanted to quickly come in here because this is one of the brand new two-tone t-shirts from Gasp, which has actually just been released. Now, I never actually realised this, but as this video goes live, this exact day, 14th of August, Gasp actually have an up to 70%, actually Gasp and Better Bodies have an up to 70% sale on site-wide, in which it would be very much appreciated, guys, if you're picking anything at all up, please use Caffeine at your checkout. Now, it might not provide you with any extra discount on your order, which is unfortunate. However, it will still support me. And again, like I say, it's very much appreciated. Everybody that uses my code.
One eternity later.
Fast forward a full 24 hours, you join me on the next day, because after legs yesterday, I was absolutely zapped. Like, my energy levels just dropped, I think, below 0, and I was written off completely. Like, I was absolutely useless last night. And I thought, you know, I never even thought about the YouTube video. I forgot all about it. And it's one of them things that, like I say, it was easily the most challenging leg session I've had the whole prep. If not the most challenging session I've had the whole prep. I'm definitely feeling it now, but it is what it is. We're closing in, and it's to be expected. I'm real at the end of the day. I want to be transparent with you guys. I'm not going to come on here and give you any motivational rundown. I'm also not going to come on here and say that I'm feeling incredible, because I'm absolutely not. However, my last and final sweet potato meal is going to go in for today. I'm also just about to take in basic as well. I then have my egg meal for my second last initial thing that I'll be taking in, and then my AGF shake, which at the end of the day, guys, as you know, nothing changes. This video will be going up Wednesday. As of this video going up as well, I also do have a giveaway live on my Instagram. The link will always be in the description box below, but it is for the opportunity of 3 people to be able to win a pair of the brand new Zeus Thunderbolts. So I don't even know if you can see them well right now. If I can get them up, 2 days until the winners will be announced. But aside from that, I feel as if this has just pretty much been like either a Gasp haul, or in fact, they actually have just released these t-shirts as well, which I would definitely say are one of the smartest things they have actually released in terms of being tapered, being fitted. They are just the standard t-shirts. I mean, can we just please take into consideration the bicep peak and actually how well that looks? No more rambling on. The video is done. I am over. I am starving. I'm going to go and get that last initial sweet potato in, because if I don't get it in, I'm probably going to pass out. Please do not forget to drop a like for me, guys. If you can, please subscribe if you're new about here. But I hope the rest of everybody's evening, morning, whatever time you are watching this is phenomenal. And I'll catch up with you all in the next video.